Hello everyone, welcome back to Channel Andropal, and where I respond to the events of the day as well as other news that pertains to cell phone devices, mostly anything electronic. That could be mobile devices, it could be electronic in any respect, meaning possibly PlayStation 4 or Xbox or something that is relevant for the day. Today, out came the news from a lot of sources. This was on Android Central. This was also given out by Greggles TV. That there was a report on why the Note 7 explosions were occurring. Now, the previous report, if you look at my channel and you listen to my very first explanation, there was a report given out by Pocketnow that had a company that had stated it was something about polarity issues. Well, according to the company that everyone else seems to be going by, it's a firm that is known as Instrumental. Or some such thing. There was a report given out by, I'll read you her name. It's by Anna Shedletsky, and she basically goes through this whole entire teardown of the entire device and explaining what is going on. The device itself, the battery, when it heats up, it expands, and because there was an aggressive manufacturing process for the Galaxy Note 7, they didn't allow very much clearance on any side, be that top, bottom, sides, wherever you look at. There was so much packed into that device that they didn't allow for any kind of leniency, and every device is supposed to have that. As I talked to you, if you look at my previous video, you'll see that I talked about 10%. Well, that 10% clearance is not just for electrical polarity issues, but that also has to do with the expansion of the battery. Now, I know that there are several people out there that are still saying that their Note 7s are perfectly fine, and I'm not saying that this changes that in any respect. What I am saying is that this company, according to their notes and from what they can see, they've determined that the battery issue was because there was so much packed in there that they just had no room for the battery to be able to expand, and so that's why some of them had problems. Now, what does this mean for us? How does this pertain to us for future devices? How does this pertain to us in respect with a non-biased view? How does this affect us? Be that Apple, be that Android, it doesn't really matter. This goes for everybody. I think we need to look at, number one, why was there so much cram packed into a very small device? And from what I can tell, and from what I've heard from everybody, is everyone loved the feel of the Note 7. There was this great feel. It was slim. It felt like a regular device, 5.1-inch device, but it was really a 5.7 or 5.8, I believe it was. And because you had much more viewer room, you had smaller bezels. I think at 83% removed bezels, which is great. But it came at a cost. Are we willing to allow companies, or should we expect companies to try and cram pack a bunch of stuff in there and break all the rules that they would ordinarily keep in place? Remember, the rules are there for safety. Okay, Samsung did this on their own, and they are the ones that suffered. Make no bones about it. They suffered. They have spent billions of dollars now in trying to recoup this whole blunder of the Note 7, and I don't think we're going to have a problem with that in the future. That's why I've wanted everyone to understand that this has nothing to do with future sales, because I think Samsung is going to recover. I think they're going to make amazing device. That the Galaxy S8 is going to become a tremendous device, and I still can't wait to see what Samsung has to say is the issue. And this may be what that problem is. It may be something totally different. We don't know yet. But to continue on, are we the people wanting these companies to break the rules to be able to create a device that is smaller but bigger? You remember what, if you looked at my first video, I said we were wanting bigger devices, but we wanted smaller devices. Doesn't make much sense. Do we give the clearance ratios that they need to these companies, like Samsung, like Apple, whoever it is? Do we give them that leeway and say, you know, I'm willing to handle a device that is a bit thicker, a little bit bigger in my hand, but it's safe? Think about the Galaxy Note 5. Okay, some people can say that that's a bad device, but again, I think it's a great device, no problems whatsoever. It is slippery, so if any of you have a Note 5, if you do not have a skin or something on the backside, get one. But on to the point. The Note 5 is thick. It's thicker than the Galaxy Note 7, so it doesn't feel the same way. It doesn't have that relaxed feel. It doesn't feel as small. We need to rethink our need. We need to see that it takes space to create a device with all the potential that we wanted from the Note 7. And as you can see, they had a problem. So we're gonna let's look at the future. Let's change our perception, see what exactly we want, and give them those clearances. Anyway, that's the point of the day, and we'll just see how it goes from here. All right, I'm out.